Well, I just think that he's so he's not a guy that just does one thing. You know, I think the majority of the Heisman winners are what position? Quarterbacks. And I think there's a reason for that. It's the most critical position on the field, and everything goes through the quarterback. He's impacting the running game, he's impacting the protections, he's impacting the passing game, and he has been phenomenal. I mean, this guy's 70-something% completion in the fourth quarter. He's been at his best in crunch time, and I think that's what great players do, is they rise to the occasion when called upon, and then they make everybody else around them better. And nobody's done that better than Deshaun. If you really sit down and watch all 13 games, and this isn't to take anything away from the other players out there, because there's some incredibly deserving other players that other people can make a case for. But what Deshaun has done, and he's on the only undefeated team in the country. And a big reason why we're the only undefeated team is because we got Deshaun Watson. And I think that right there in itself says all you need to know. So I can't imagine that he won't be in New York, but he's the epitome of what the Heisman Trophy is all about, not just on the field, but off the field as well. And I think he's incredibly deserving, and I hope he wins it.
You've had a lot of success the last few years in bowl games. What is there anything preparation-wise that's kind of been key to that?
Well, I've just got a formula that I believe in as far as how we balance things, fundamentally, techniques, going back to kind of some of the basics camp-wise. You have to kind of create that competitive edge, Clemson on Clemson, have a mixture of that. You got to obviously spend your time getting ready for the opponent, but you don't want to over-prepare. And then you want to really take the time to develop your football team. With the extra practices. We got a lot of y'all know we got like 40 freshmen, 40 freshmen on this roster. This is critical for a lot of those guys, where we can really kind of get some of those guys that have played a lot of games this year and kind of put them off to the side and really take some extra time, because we don't have a 20-hour rule. They'll be out of school. We got as much time as we need, and we'll take some of that time and develop our team for spring practice. That is a huge part of what we do. And then I think the other thing is you got to get everything done here, because when you get to the bowl site, it's just not a lot of time for game planning and things like that. Let's get ready to play the game right here, and then let's get down there and let's polish the plan and get these guys really dialed in on what we're doing, and let them go execute, play fast, and play free. So we've just got a formula that we believe in, and that's what we'll continue to do.
South Carolina's hiring Will Muschamp. What do you know about him? What do you think of him?
I think Will's a great coach. I think he's a great coach. I've known Will a long time, going back to when he was a GA at Auburn, and I was coaching at Alabama. So I think he'll do an excellent job. I think he'll put a great staff together, and I think that's a great hire for South Carolina. I think he's obviously things didn't go the way he wanted to at Florida, and a lot of different reasons for that. But he's a guy that I know is going to be thankful to have another opportunity, and I guarantee you he'll do a great job for South Carolina.
Have you had any opportunities to watch Oklahoma play this year?
Oh yeah, several times. Yeah.
What are your impressions of them?
Explosive, good on D, really playing well on D, and their quarterback looks like Johnny Manziel running around out there. He's a nightmare. He is an absolute nightmare. So we'll have our hands full with that guy.
Any final decisions on Mike Williams on whether he'll be able to be back?
No, he's coming back. He's
for the bowl or for the playoff.
Oh no, I don't think he'll play. I mean, I don't think he'll play. I think that. I know he'd like to play, but we hadn't really even talked about that. But as far as coming back next year, he'll be back with us, and I think that's a great decision by him, and he's looking forward to it.
As a former walk-on, do you have a level of appreciation for Baker Mayfield and going from walk-on to potential Heisman?
Yeah, and I think he walked on at two different places. Isn't that correct? I think it's an amazing story. It really is, and he has done a phenomenal job leading that football team, you know, when I've seen him play, I love to see guys play with great passion and love for the game, and all your walk-ons usually have that. And so I love to see a guy, you know, rise up and be the best he can be. And you know, we've had some good ones come through here too. I'll tell you, this Renfro kid he's a special young guy, and just he ain't even close to what he's going to be. He's going to be a great player here as he gets bigger and stronger. But you know, he's Mayfield is a guy that again I think plays the right way, and I think his team feeds off of that too.
Who were your players of the game, and what you think about last night?
Are you kidding me? We've had like 3 hours of sleep. Well, I can tell you right now, offensive player of the game was Deshaun. He was amazing. That's pretty easy. But we haven't graded it yet. That's when we get back. And that's one of the things. We had a team meeting at 11 a.m. With our team, and went over, you know, kind of the plan for the week and some things that we needed to cover with our team before I hit the road. But next Sunday I'll go through the honor roll and the game comments and all that type of stuff, and so we have a chance to really grade it and evaluate it, because we have a lot of things we got to learn, and we got to you know, study that tape and get better from it. But we didn't have a chance to get it graded. So
Reactively, special teams, I mean, what kind of work do you have to do just with different issues?
Well, you know, I thought we did a nice job in special teams last night. I thought they did get one decent return on us, but for the most part, we neutralized their great returner, the Switzer kid. We kind of kept him at bay all night long, and you know, the play with Hugo, that was not a fake punt. That was Teasdall. It was just a guy really making a really bad decision on his own, and so you know that was just not a special teams issue. That was just a bad decision. But kickoff coverage, we did a nice job. They were really good returners. I thought we did a really nice job covering the kicks. We executed well. You know, obviously the onside kick right there at the end, we disappointed that we didn't catch it clean. We had two guys that have with good hands that the ball went right where we wanted to, and we just didn't make that play. But we work on that all the time, and that's just, you know, that's a tough play. But proud of Renfro for coming up with it. And, hey, another big field goal that was huge for us by Greg last night. And Jim Brown went out with a concussion, and we got to throw David Estes in there. Do y'all know who David Estes is? Well, he's our backup snapper, and he's out there snapping in crunch time for us in the second half, the whole second half. Every punt, every extra point, everything, and did a great job. So, you know, I'm proud of our special teams. I think that, you know, we're improving in a lot of areas, but, you know, we just got to continue to, you know, try to be very disciplined and sound and have great preparation.